life as an Indian cotton farmer is tough. Farmers lack the critical resources necessary to properly grow BT and are constantly struggling for survival. And while Monsanto aggressively markets one of the elements they need for success, their seeds, farmers are left to fend for themselves on the other three: the access to irrigation, access to capital, and more information about how to grow this product. So who is in a position to help? Well, as Dave said, the government lacks the resources and the infrastructure to be able to make an impact in the region. And this isn't like America, where there's $4 billion worth of subsidy that goes directly to cotton farming alone. A number of NGOs have tried to help out, but they too lack leadership and some of the funding that they need in order to make an impact in the region. And the mission has tried to help, often drawing attention to the suicides and often drawing a lot of bad publicity to Monsanto in the process. That only really leaves one group in the region that has the ability to help, and that's us, Monsanto. We are a far-reaching multinational, and by far the biggest player in the region. We have the ability to provide farmers with the tools and resources they need in order to make BT a success. We have, in short, great power. And it can be said that with great power comes great responsibility. So let's take a look at the power that Monsanto has in India. We have 60% of the market share and a wide distribution network of salesmen and infrastructure already in place in India. And we're the only genetically modified crop allowed in the country. That's great power. And with that great power comes the great responsibility to provide farmers with the necessary tools they need in order to succeed with BT. We need to move beyond the transaction of our sales and start to build relationships with our customers. And we ultimately need to tie the success of the farmers back to our own success. So we have great power and great responsibility. What happens if we don't tie these two elements together? Well, the iron law of responsibility says that in the long run, those who do not use power in ways that society considers responsible will tend to lose it. So this great power that Monsanto has in India will by no means last forever. A number of our competitors, such as Bayer Crop Science, have already started to enter the Indian market and have been lobbying to the government so that they can become the next genetically modified crop on the market. So right now, Monsanto is the only game in town. But if the government, NGOs, and our own customers feel that we're taking advantage of them, they'll be chomping at the bit to switch to someone that they can count on. And right now, it's hard to say that our customers can count on Monsanto. Let me read you another quote. With the growth of modern agricultural practices and crops that generate ever-increasing yields, we're helping farmers around the world create a better future for human beings, the environment, and local economies. Well, this comes directly from our corporate social responsibility pledge, which goes on to say that farmers are Monsanto's customers, and we are only successful if our customers are successful. So right now, we're talking the talk, but we're not exactly walking the walk. And if our customers in India don't feel like they're successful, then really we aren't being successful either. The Corporate Social Responsibility Pledge goes on to say that it's guided by the UN's Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which under Article 29-1 says that everyone has duties to the community in which alone the free and full development of his personality is possible. Well, under this article, Monsanto has a duty to the development of the region of Vidarbha, where we're conducting business. And Article 1 says that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. So let's put this into context that's a little closer to home. Imagine for a moment that every day in Texas, 3 cotton farmers were committing suicide and Monsanto's name was being dragged through the mud. Well, we certainly wouldn't allow this to happen here in America, and we shouldn't allow it to take place in India. After all, human rights are for everyone, and under this article, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. So, to sum up, Monsanto has a duty to act based not only on our great power in the region, but also on our own ethical guiding principles as well. By deciding to use our power in a responsible way, we will be providing stability to a region where it is desperately needed, and will be improving the quality of life of our customers whose own livelihood, they count on BT for their own livelihood. We'll also be staying true to our own mission and objectives, and we'll be helping on a part of the world where we are the only ones that have the ability to help. By deciding to act ethically, we'll create more value for both Monsanto and for our customers. We'll promote customer loyalty, so when we aren't the only genetically modified crop in the market, our customers won't want to jump ship to the next one that's available. We'll also extinguish skepticism over BT, proving that once and for all, BT, with the proper ingredients, can be a success for all farmers in India. And we'll provide higher yields for our customers, giving them more bang for their buck, or their rupee. we'll also be growing market share and growing the market for Monsanto. Patrick Johansson will now take us through how we intend to do this, as well as the financial details of our plan.